Well, joining us right now is the District Collector of Thiruvananthapuram, Mr. Gopalakrishnan. Thiruvananthapuram is one of the hotspots in Kerala. Sir, firstly, an update with what really is the modus operandi for Thiruvananthapuram. It's a lockdown right now, but how are we looking at taking this forward?
Make a cluster based on the number of cases coming from that location. It's a dynamic. It's not a so right now the first cluster we felt it was vulnerable was in Varkala area when we detected Italian national positively tested. Then we had a Potangod. Recently we had a Potangod area which is just like 1.5 2 weeks back. So these are the two critical cluster we found. We found it and we were able to contain the spread very effectively in those areas. We use a lot of methods to contain
Could you
it.
explain?
Yeah, the very first thing is not only the cluster and for the entire district, we made a point that we do the complete daily ground level, field level surveillance effectively. There's no alternative solution for that.
So surveillance, just for our viewers to understand, when we say surveillance,
Okay.
what is the manpower involved? Where does this
Okay.
manpower come from?
Remember, right? We have more than 18,000 people are under home quarantine. That means the people are either from coming from different countries, highly affected countries, or they have a contact with the critical contact with already positively tested patient, or they have somehow they may be the secondary contact. Okay, these are the reason for to be quarantined. So when we have 18,000 people and it's spread across almost like entire district, we have like 33 lakh population in our district. So we made a point that each ward we have around 1,550 wards in our district, including corporation, municipalities, and panchayats. So we made a point that based on the population number in each ward, we made either 2 teams to 7 8 teams per ward. If it's a corporation, obviously the number of persons, because of high density, we have more than 1,500 people
So
living
who
in
are
a.
involved in these
Yeah,
teams?
that's what I'm going to do that. So each team contains, we have formed almost 7,000 teams so far. And these teams will have at least one health workers. It can be a ASHA worker, it can be a JPHN, or it can one like that people. Then we have, wherever there is a possible, we have a shadow police or Maitri police also. Then in addition to that, we have one local volunteer also. So because who knows the area better and who knows the people also better. We identify these people with the help of Panchayat because they know the area very well. So with this team, we also had a poster to paste it on the walls of the people being quarantined. Then this team daily goes to that particular person home and check whether how is he feeling now, whether he has feeling any psychological issues, or whether his family members, his or her family members are quarantined properly. Rather than being a home quarantine, it should be a room quarantine. That's what exactly matters. Then they need any other help from us as a medical also, non-medical help also. Like that, we have a list of questionnaire to be asked, and this should be reported every day to the district headquarters DMO and subsequently to higher ups. So like that, we were able to do minimum 90% every day out of 18,000 people.
Wonderful. And just to give a sense to our viewers how difficult this is on the field, it's extremely hot these days in Kerala, and
Yeah.
most of these health workers, ASHA workers, women, men, they literally be walking kilometers covering the ground.
Yeah, exactly. And for critical contacts is the contacts who have direct contact with the positively tested patients. We are doing the double core surveillance on a daily basis. Okay. Double surveillance is we have a critical contact tracing team which calls those people every day. We collect all their phone numbers when it's being identified. Then we call them every day whether they have any symptoms, just to ensure that we are not missing any stone unturned. That's what our point.
Right.
It's better to be extra careful than being sorry.
Right.
Okay, so that's how our surveillance team were working, and this was working last 1 month very effectively. That was the reason why we have so many vulnerable scenarios, but still we are able to contain it
So
very
you're saying
positively.
it's contained in Thiruvananthapuram?
Yeah, and
It's contained?
yes of now.
As of
Yeah,
now.
the results and the effectiveness being measured on every second. So far we are able to contain it very effectively. These home quarantine people are monitored using app, online based app. which is there is a two console. We have did a geo mapping to just identify any clusters is getting escalated, getting aggravated, and also we are doing the geo fencing where the quarantine person moves 30 meter away from his house. There will be an automatic alert we received from nearby PHCs. That is an app we developed it and we are running that now. So this will help you to monitor them on 24 bar 7 also, and this app will also update the data from the patients that every 10 minutes where about this locations. So this is a, like
From when are we using this?
from like last 3 4 days now.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So we almost rolled it to half of the panchayats, and we are doing it remaining in the maybe next 1 or 2 days we will be doing that. So this will help us to ensure that, again, double eye on again to whether our surveillance team also going there or not. Yeah, we can ensure that, and also people's quarantine people also be ensured that they are within the containment area.
Right. Now, coming back to this question that I'd asked you about the rapid test kits. So, the MP from Thiruvananthapuram managed to get the first set of rapid test kits in Kerala to Thiruvananthapuram. How critical was that? And what has been the results of those initial
Okay.
rapid tests?
The yes, MP helped us giving a fund to get order, and we were working like talking to day and night, almost like even 1 o'clock we call night 1 o'clock we call the companies to find out who can deliver it in a very lightning speed. So it was a tough task to get the kit initially, but now it's slowly being established. So the critical RT-PCR test is very critical for us because right now we take minimum 8 to 9 hours to get the result. That is after you start the testing. But this one will help you to get a result in 2.5 hours. So that will save 1/4 of the, 3/4 of the time actually. So especially when I had a issue with the Potangod cluster popping up right like just 4 5 days back, then this was really helpful for me to pick up the people, test it, and give them result in a very speedy manner.
So, it was random testing in Pothankode?
No, I would say 20 to 30% are random testing. Then another 40% are the people who even have minor symptoms. As per state guidelines, we categorize the symptoms A, B, C. Normally we go for B and C for a testing. We did it for A also because we cannot take a risk on that. Then another 20% only with the critical contacts because we felt that that person's family or wherever he visited, we picked up the main. Suppose he was attending 2 3 death and we also on marriage, so we picked up critical points people there, so we tested in those. So this was the mechanism on basis on why on what basis we selected the samples. Then we use the critical our rapid testing, and we were able to produce 90% of the result right as of yesterday evening.
Great.
So all of them were negative.
Wow.
So that's
That's
a very
a big relief.
big relief for me actually as a person and as a collector also. Then it's a big relief for the people also. So remaining 10% test will be done today. So I hope there will not be any more positive case.
Excellent. How exactly are we looking at the critical days post the lockdown? I know a strategy has not been given out officially, but as an administrator, how are you looking at this?
Okay. For strengthening infrastructure, we have identified more than 20,000 beds ready to occupy condition. So even if tomorrow there is a patients of 25,000, we will be able to place them in a respective locations, and we made it clean them, make it available. Things are ready on another 25,000 bed spaces. So we have like those are like auditoriums where you don't have beds physically, but we can place them as and when required. Then the consumables, yes, one of the examples is rapid test kit. This is we got it in the first in the entire state, and we were able to plan it, and we were able to foresee the requirement, and we ordered large number of PP kits also, thermometer, all those things we ordered very effectively. And though there is a slight delay in reaching it all the material, but we were able to get it relatively faster than others. Then third thing is manpower capacity planning. Building.
I know you've been having a WhatsApp with all doctors, and even from the private sector, there's been discussions going on about trainings.
Yeah. So with basically we have very less. I won't say it's less, but critical care management is a very its own specialization on its own. So we have very less number of doctors. When we have a large number of patients to be tested positively or expecting to be positive, then we thought we should enhance our critical care experts. So in that way, we trained more than 180 doctors so far on a from government sector. Another 220 doctors from a private sector will help with the help of IMA, and they are supporting staffs like 300 to 400 staff nurses.
Wonderful.
In private, another 317 staff nurses. Like that, we have trained more than. In addition, basically the entire training is on critical care management for only doctors. I'm talking about. That comes around more than 1,000 people now. We increase the capacity of some double digit to 1,000, 4 digit now. That's one good part, and we can say that we are relatively safe on that, in case we have more number of positive cases.
Personally, how difficult has this been for you with yourself personally as well as your family involved in this?
Personally, I take it as a uh, very it's a service for me. That's the reason why I quit my US job and came to India. So I did my 100% satisfaction service here, and it's a very good coordinated effort from different departments, and it's being served very effectively. And yeah, as a family, yes, my family is missing. I have 1 year old baby boy, so he is missing me very often. I am also missing him, and they even started giving me a letter saying that you have family too.